way we think is the way I think, and I think probably all of us, is rock logic in terms of right now I wake up and I feel so depressed or so anxiety ridden something, and there's this rock logic thing about this is how it is. You know, this is how I am. It's like this. Rather than, I'm not quite sure why it is that I woke up feeling like this, but perhaps it's because I lost $500,000 on the stock exchange last night. Or maybe it's because, you know, my children are suffering. Maybe it's because my health is so bad. I just got a bad medical report. Maybe I could trace it back. But whatever the causes is, maybe it's just hormonal. But the causes and conditions came together to create this moment, this early morning depression. But it's just the seed of the next moment and the whole rest of the day and the whole rest of the life. And so the joy is that it's always how you relate to what's happening. It's always how you relate to what's happening. Meg has a quote in here from Chogyam Trungpa, which she'll probably be more talking about this quote, but I've referred to it many times because he says, you can't always change the outer circumstances, but you can always change how you relate to the outer circumstances. And the feeling of joy is that whatever is happening right now is the fruition of what's come before, but it's the seed of what's coming next. And how you relate to what's happening right now becomes the main spiritual path, is how you relate to what's happening right now. And I believe it's also one of the main instructions for staying in the middle of the river, how you relate to what's happening right now. So the trust is in that the world, whatever is happening, not to get caught in wanting success and not wanting failure, but just seeing success and failure alternating as the path. And then that the world never runs out of messages. It will always teach you. And then the joy is that it's never a dead end. If something, if you're feeling really lousy, that is where you are right this minute, but how you relate to that is the seed of going forward, so that it's always the beginning of something else. And finally, the third sort of water logic teaching is about holding your seat. And he says it's like a saddle on a horse, sitting with good posture in a saddle, taking your seat with dignity and courage and gentleness and curiosity, just taking your seat wherever you are in the world. It's like the bow again. But actually, you can take your seat, whether you're sitting or standing, walking or lying down. You can be where you are fully. Take your seat and feel that you deserve to be where you are right now. Not like if you're feeling really depressed, you might say, I'm bad, I deserve to feel depressed. Not like that. This is like a sense of belonging in this world with all its flavors, all its textures, all its different colors and shadings, that each of us are a unique part of it, and each of us are in community together, interdependent with one another. And we belong in the moment we find ourselves. We can rejoice in that moment. We can embrace that moment. We can learn from it. So taking one's seat has that quality. And one of the main instructions that he gives in taking your seat and holding your seat is not exaggerating. Meaning that when the the fearful quality of uncertainty strikes you like feels like a rock in your stomach or a sword in your heart. The queasiness of uncertainty or of insecurity comes into your being. You could hold your seat and not exaggerate. Just let it, the spark, the ember of the insecurity or the uncertainty or the edginess, the fear, the anxiety, the just about to explode feeling, just stay with the ember of it. Just stay with the spark, and you don't have to exaggerate it so that it turns into a forest fire. Staying with the ember or staying with the spark or staying with it when it's just starting, when it's small. As soon as you notice that you're activated, that you're triggered, simultaneously you could hold your seat and open to what's happening with a sense of trust that you can learn from this and joy that it's just a moment in time, that everything brought you to this point, but how you relate to this will take you forward into the future.